smoky, fiery inferno on the New Jersey Turnpike this morning. Authorities say a dump truck striking underneath the Wood Avenue overpass between exits 12 and 13, ending up on its side, creating an explosion of fire and a driver's nightmare.
How bad is it?
It's terrible. Nobody knows what's going on.
Traffic literally backed up for miles. The turnpike shut down in both directions. Motorists actually being turned around and driving the wrong way to escape the massive standstill.
I've been sitting in traffic for about an hour and a half, which will probably take me about like 20 minutes.
And once off the turnpike, as you can see, things didn't get very much better.
We found this accident on Atlantic Street and Clifton Street off of exit 13. One of the drivers involved telling me it's a case of too many cars and trucks flooding ill-equipped secondary roads.
Too much traffic, yeah, way too much. Everything's cluttered up and people can't see all the tractor trailers are coming through. They're normally not over here.
Back at the accident site, a myriad of concerns. Police cordoning off access to the Wood overpass for a time, worried about the stability of the structure after the dump truck hit it. Inspectors were on scene to assess its condition. The overpass has since been reopened. Police said they were also concerned over loose power lines and a potential gas main issue. A caravan of utility trucks lining up at the site, at the ready. An abundance of caution.
We don't want to see anybody get hurt.
And throughout the day, there was the traffic, the seemingly endless slow roll and no roll conditions that had drivers at their wits' end.
It's 2-3 hours already, man. It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't believe this traffic.
Back live now, have a look. We're told the driver of the dump truck is in critical condition tonight in the hospital. That is the story in Elizabeth, near Linden, where we are live tonight. Scott Rappaport, CBS 2 News.
Okay.
More for you at 6 p.m.
You bet, Scott. Thank you so much. We'll see you then. Meantime, let us look right now. This live picture from the ground showing crews working on the scene. They are trying still to remove that truck. The closure still continuing to cause major delays in the area. CBS 2's Valerie Castro behind the wheel of our Mobile 2 unit. She is stuck in the middle of the massive... Valerie, how's it going?
Maurice and Diane, right now, as you can see, we are headed southbound on Route 1 and 9, and traffic is not doing much more than crawling along. We really haven't gone much more than about 10 miles an hour, and it's been that way for about the last 30 minutes. We are not far from the Newark Airport, again, southbound on Route 1 and 9. Right now, we want to go to some video that we shot earlier today from Chopper 2. Chopper 2 was over this area near Linden, showing you Route 1 and 9, and again, traffic just crawling in both directions, bumper to bumper for miles. And right now we want to go to a live picture to show you again the problem that is causing all of this traffic backup, that incident on the New Jersey Turnpike earlier today. Back out here again on Route 1 and 9, I want to tell you we got on at Route 495. That's where we began to head south on this roadway. Again, bumper to bumper, lots of traffic backup and slow down. It's slow going, causing lots of problems for drivers. So keep that in mind if you do need to head in this area, at least for the next several hours. This is exactly the kind of traffic that you can expect. Reporting live from Mobile 2, Valerie Castro, CBS 2 News.
All right, Valerie, thank you. Thousands of drivers found themselves trapped, some for 3 hours. Some took to Twitter, like this person who said, quote, lounging on the New Jersey Turnpike, making the best of it, waiting out the crash in Linden. Check her out, complete with a beach chair. One driver climbed on top of the car and decided to catch some rays and sunbathe. Another man hopped out of his vehicle, leaned against a guardrail, and started reading the newspaper. Well, Long Island is cleaning up after some strong winds and lightning caused a 40-mile path of destruction.
The storm centered on Suffolk County's North Shore as trees were ripped up, homes damaged, and nearly 70,000 people lost power. Lonnie Quinn standing by with the latest weather picture, but we begin with CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff from Setauket.
Maurice, good evening. This block here in Setauket, one of the hardest hit. It is littered with downed trees, the kind that you would see in a hurricane. But this was no hurricane. It was no tornado. It was just a nameless summer storm that did surprisingly serious damage.
My lamps were rattling.
Yona Mann and her parents asleep in their Settlers Way home when they were shaken by a cacophony of hail, thunder, then the crashing of trees.
You're in bed and thinking what?
Thinking something fell on our house.
Several large oaks and pines piercing their study, flattening the deck, cracking water pipes.
An upstairs bedroom is pretty much crushed. The upstairs, the roof is gone.
Their house now buried under trees, one of many on Suffolk County's North Shore, where the pre-dawn storm carved a path of destruction. Visible from Chopper 2, treetops sheared, trunks smashing John Stark's 2 cars and uprooting mighty maples.
It really sounded like nothing I've ever heard before. It's indescribable, really.
I heard that sound of like a tornado.
Patty Richter suspected a tornado till weather experts determined it was straight line wind, more than 70 miles per hour, near tropical storm strength, that blew across Long Island in the 5 a.m. hour. Wood chippers working overtime with streets and driveways blocked by felled trees. With traffic lights out and dangling wires, a tangled maze for drivers. 63,000 customers initially lost power. Supermarkets removing perishables to refrigerator trucks. Stores and restaurants in the dark. You have a generator.
Yeah.
Running the refrigerators.
Yes, but it still mess up, yeah.
We're beefing up our resources. We're bringing in crews from off island, from surrounding utilities, so we're going to hit it very hard tomorrow, make a big dent in it tomorrow. We'll probably have a little bit of spillover into Thursday.
Thank goodness we're all right. But it's a little devastating, and it's going to take a while to get our house put back together, I suspect.
And how long will folks still be in the dark? That's the big question for residents here in Suffolk County. PSEG tell us that PSEG Long Island is telling us that they've brought in crews from New Jersey to speed up restoration. They expect to end the day with 85% restored. That means another about 10,000 people should go into tomorrow still in the dark, and they expect that crews will get to them by the end of tomorrow, so just perhaps one more day. Reporting live in Setauket, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS 2 News.
Carolyn, thank you. And are they in the clear as far as the weather's concerned? Lonnie Quinn now with a look at that. Lonnie.
Still a chance for a little bit of wet weather out there, but nothing like what they had earlier this morning. Now, here's your picture, okay? The vortex satellite and radar, we look pretty nice all throughout our area, and some tough weather up in, southern Massachusetts. Could be a little bit of breakaway activity as you get into the nighttime hours, but for the most part, I would say that one's in the rearview mirror. I don't see anything sparking up like what you had early this morning. Here are your early morning storm stats. It was the North Shore of Suffolk that took the biggest hit with this storm. It entered into western Suffolk at 4:45 in the morning. It exited eastern Suffolk at 6:15, but basically per town, okay, as it came through, about 20 minutes. This was a fast-moving storm. It came through the area and put down 1,440 lightning strikes. I'll tell you, 1 to 2 inch hail. Islip reported 1.8 inch diameter hail. That's like that. Okay, that's a small meatball, right, falling out of the sky. And hurricane force winds, at least near hurricane force winds. We have them confirmed at 70. We have reports of possibly up to 90, 74 miles per hour or more to hurricane force wind. What we see out there looking forward, looking backward, here's the storm at 3:45 as those storms approached. 4:40, severe thunderstorm in Suffolk County. It's just making its way into the county. 5:15, numerous trees are down. 1 to 2 inch hail, like we talked about, exits the area at around 6:15 in the morning. So for our night tonight, it doesn't look to be anything like what I just showed you there. Possibly a leftover bit of rain, maybe a leftover thunderstorm, but it's mild at around 71 degrees. What does tomorrow hold and beyond? We'll talk that a little bit later. Guys, let's go back to you, Diane.
All right, Lonnie, thanks. New at 5, dozens of firefighters battled a huge fire at an apartment complex in Ocean Township, New Jersey today. Chopper 2 was overhead as several fire trucks doused the flames. The fire broke out around 1:30 this afternoon at the Twin Brook Village Apartments on Apollo Drive. One firefighter was hurt. We still don't know what caused the fire.
$5,000 reward being offered for information leading to the gunman who critically wounded 2 people after a concert in New Jersey. A witness took this picture showing police helping one of the victims on the ground. Police say gunfire erupted late last night in the parking lot of the PNC Bank Arts Center in Holmdel during the J. Cole and Big Sean concert. The unidentified victims were airlifted to the hospital. Another shooting last night, this one in Red Hook, Brooklyn. 5 people were hurt in a drive-by. Investigators say 4 of the victims were believed to be unintended targets. One of them, a 19-year-old pregnant woman who lost her baby. The gunfire broke out around 11 last night on Dwight Street. Police say an older model SUV with 2 men inside pulled up and opened fire, hitting all 5 victims as they stood on the street. No word yet on any arrests. And Mayor de Blasio and Commissioner Bratton addressed today what appears to be, at least to some, an increase in crime, including recent attacks by homeless people. Coming up at 6, what they say is to blame and what they plan to do about it. Political reporter Marcia Kramer is on this one for us.
The NYPD is also looking for a man who attacked a woman in Manhattan. The woman in her 40s was sitting outside a produce store on Mott Street off of Grand Street early this morning. Police say that's when the suspect approached her and hit her in the back with a sharp metal object, cutting her in the process. The attack has left nearby workers on edge.
We are very nervous right now. Yeah. It's not safe right now. I think this is the first time. Yeah, this neighborhood is very good.
The victim is expected to be okay. Investigators are now looking through surveillance video from nearby shops, hoping to identify the suspect.
Danger up above. The city is launching a crackdown on rooftop cooling towers that use recycled water because of the Legionnaires disease outbreak that's sickened 86 people and killed 7. CBS 2's Lou Young has the story now from the South Bronx.
It turns out the patients in this largest outbreak of Legionnaires disease ever in New York City didn't get sick from inside a contaminated building, as is usually the case with the disease. They got sick out on the streets nearby.
He started feeling like confused, and he was getting weak walking.
40-year-old Ramal Hagens, pictured here in the hospital, is one of 86 patients sickened by the waterborne bacteria. A New York City transit worker who never visited any of the 5 buildings where inspectors found Legionella bacteria in rooftop cooling systems. The city says in hot weather, the large commercial systems can literally shower the bacteria down on the people below.
This type of system, when it's transferring the heat, the water becomes aerosolized, and that's when it moves away from the building and can be in the air for people to breathe.
Inside the buildings is safe. Our understanding of this outbreak is that it's due to a community exposure from the water mist on the rooftops.
Legionnaires affects people with underlying health problems, and the bacteria is always present but can flourish in the recycled water of cooling systems that aren't cleaned properly. 5 contaminated cooling towers have been identified and cleaned. The city is now putting together a program to identify, register, and inspect every such system in town. The mayor says this outbreak has changed the game.
Now I think it's quite clear this is something that we have to attack very, very squarely.
The good news is that we seem to have turned the corner in the current outbreak. 7 have died, but Ramal Hagens is off the critical list.
Things are looking up. He was critically sick, and he's doing much better.
This is such a new problem, the city doesn't even know how many of these suspect cooling systems using recycled water exist in the city, although it's presumed they're all over town. This is everybody's problem. We're in the South Bronx. Lou Young, CBS 2 News.
Legionnaires is a pneumonia-type infection, not contagious. Flu-like symptoms can present themselves a week or 10 days after initial exposure.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took to the internet today, telling American Jews to oppose the Iran nuclear deal.
It gives Iran 2 paths to the bomb. Iran can get to the bomb by keeping the deal, or Iran could get to the bomb by violating the deal.
Netanyahu made a speech arranged by Jewish federations across North America. It comes as the Obama administration makes its push for members of Congress to approve the deal. At this point, it looks likely that both houses will vote down the measure, but with a small enough margin that President Obama will be able to override them.
Up next here at 5, a surprise in the middle of the street. A huge sinkhole opens up in the middle of Brooklyn, while neighbors say they saw the signs and what one man did that could have helped to save people from danger.
Well, they say it's a last resort. The family of a woman who police say killed herself in jail takes action today to get answers.
A double dose of chemo, the extreme treatment that researchers say will cut the risk of death in some cancer patients.
Plus, which shoes to keep and which shoes to ditch. We will give you a sneak peek at the new trends you'll be seeing on store shelves.
Your car tracked down, then shut down, so you're shut out. All because of a missed payment?
It seems this is like the new Repo Man.
What's going on? Remote Control Repo. Wednesday on CBS 2 News at 11.
Who's so quiet? Who's just cutest one? Who's the most efficient?
Dad, it's regular maintenance that makes a water heater happy.
Got a clogged drain? AJ Perry will clear any drain for a limited time for only $99.
And that, my friend, is why
I love those guys. I'm Carrie D. I've had moderate to severe plaque psoriasis most of my life. But that hasn't stopped me from modeling. My doctor told me about Stellara. It helps keep my skin clearer. With only 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses, Stellara helps me be in season.
Stellara may lower your ability to fight infections and increase your risk of infections. Some serious infections require hospitalization. Before starting Stellara, your doctor should test for tuberculosis. Stellara may increase your risk of cancer. Always tell your doctor if you have any sign of infection, have had cancer, or if you develop any new skin growths. Do not take Stellara if you are allergic to Stellara or any of its ingredients. Alert your doctor of new or worsening problems, including headaches, seizures, confusion, and vision problems. These may be signs of a rare, potentially fatal brain condition. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you or anyone in your house needs or has recently received a vaccine.
In a medical study, most Stellara patients saw at least 75% clearer skin, and the majority were rated as cleared or minimal at 12 weeks. Stellara helps keep my skin clearer. Ask your doctor about Stellara.
These girls have waited 62 days for this concert tonight. So far, I've counted 32 OMGs, 75 LOLs, 13 YOLOs, and I'm super tired. Tweens. Fun age, huh?
You have places to go. Let us worry about getting you there. BP Gasoline with Invigorate. Fuel the journey.
With CBS All Access, you can watch CBS 2 News live and watch more of your favorite CBS shows on demand across computers, tablets, and smartphones. Go to cbs.com/allaccess now to try it for free.
One family goes to incredible lengths to bring the thrills, the adventure, and the best of Africa back home to you. Kalahari Resorts, now open in the Pocono Mountains. Book now at kalahariresorts.com.
Coochie coochie coo, coochie coochie coo.
That's not how you make Mom happy either.
Save it for the water heater.
Call AJ Perry today and get a free plumbing diagnostic.
And that, my friend, is why
I love those guys.
Sinkholes seem to be appearing all over this summer, and it happened early this morning in a major way on a side street in Brooklyn. CBS 2's Steve Langford reports some local residents say they've been fearing this day for a while.
This sinkhole is 20 feet by 20 feet and 20 feet deep. A quick-thinking civilian first on the scene undoubtedly prevented injuries or worse.
It appears to be some sort of water leak that undermined the road, washed away the earth, and that's why the street gave way.
A huge crater in the middle of the street as seen from Chopper 2 at the corner of 64th Street and 5th Avenue in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Discovered at about 7 a.m. by this man who kept motorists and pedestrians from plunging into the abyss. You stopped traffic.
Yeah, I stop the people because if you no stop, I see the smoke, then maybe something happen and the people.
Law enforcement, emergency responders, city agencies, and utilities rushing to the scene to grapple with a giant sinkhole that looked like it might collapse further.
We have a leak, it looks like on a 48-inch cast iron water main that's there.
I expected this to happen.
This local resident who asked not to be identified tells us neighbors have been calling about sinking pavement and sidewalks here for ages.
There's a lot of agencies that have been involved or contacted, and none of them want to take any action.
Some neighbors here say the corner has looked like it's been sinking for some time, especially after a soaking rainstorm.
I mean, I noticed over time that it was getting a little lower and lower every time I would drive over that corner, but I never thought it would be something like this.
City officials are not making any promises about having this gigantic sinkhole fixed today. In Sunset Park, Brooklyn, Steve Langford, CBS 2 News.
We have new information tonight. The family of Sandra Bland, the woman who died in a Texas jail cell, is filing a federal lawsuit. Investigators say Bland hanged herself inside the cell days after a traffic stop arrest in July. Her family and others have raised doubts about how she died and the circumstances surrounding her arrest. The family says they are suing for answers.
What happened to my daughter? What happened to Sandy Bland? Yes. Where is the continual tape to show her arrival throughout the day?
We are 3 weeks out from Sandra's death, and we still don't know what happened to her.
The FBI and the Texas Rangers are investigating Bland's death. The trooper who arrested her has been put on administrative duty pending the outcome of the investigation.
American Airlines and Delta will no longer transport exotic animal trophies. The airlines announced yesterday that they've banned worldwide shipments of lion, leopard, elephant, rhinoceros, and buffalo trophies as freight. The ban is in response to the killing of the popular lion named Cecil in Zimbabwe. Authorities have accused a Minnesota dentist of killing Cecil during an illegal hunt. Meanwhile, toy company Ty is honoring Cecil with a beanie baby. It features a dark mane, something that made Cecil well known to tourists in Zimbabwe. All profits from sales of the Beanie Baby will go to animal conservation efforts.
Okay, let's talk about the weather picture now. Lonnie Quinn looking ahead to see whether there's rain coming or not. Lonnie?
Well, I do see a change out there. The rain component, it's kind of up in the air. I'll explain that right now. This is what the air looks like out there currently. It's sunny. It's 87 degrees here in New York City. The Vortex satellite radar shows us the tough weather that we had today is now outside of our area to the north of us, and really almost the entire coastal area of Maine is under severe thunderstorm warning because of that system, but not so much for us. We could see a stray little bit of activity tonight, but it's not going to be like what we dealt with earlier today. I'm going all the way out west, out around Wichita, Kansas for this system. This is what could possibly give us some rain on Friday. Now, the data has been suggesting that this system is going to move kind of due east, and it would give us a pretty rough looking Friday. Well, I just looked at the most recent model run, and now it's hinting could be going a little further to the south, possibly missing us. All I can tell you is this is one model run. I need 2, possibly even 3 in a row to say, hey, look, I'm going to change the forecast. As of right now, I have rain in for Friday. But if this starts holding more and more true, if it's going to be pushing to the south of us, it would not be our storm. So please keep it tuned right here. I'll let you know as we move forward. Right now, I do have rain in, starting possibly late Thursday night into Friday. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But for your day tomorrow, it's a beauty out there. High temp, 85 degrees, less humid. It's a warm one. It's probably the nicest day of our week. We'll talk more about that extended forecast a little bit later. Guys, let's go back to you, Maurice.
All right, sounds good, Lonnie. Thank you.
All right, a local community says graffiti is on the rise, and they've got a way to fight it, but red tape got in the way of that effort today.
Also, a disturbing discovery: how a baby beat the odds after being abandoned in a horrible place.
First, though, Dana Tyler with a look at what's coming up on the news at 6.
A terrifying ride for a mother and her 2 young children. Their back windshield smashed, glass shattered all over them, and police say it was an act of road rage. Tonight, the search continues for the suspect. And take a look at this photo we just got in from the NYPD. It is a huge amount of synthetic marijuana, and Police Commissioner Bill Bratton says this is to blame for the surge in attacks by aggressive homeless people. CBS 2's Marsha Kramer's on that. We'll see you tonight at 6.
Tomorrow, start your morning with traffic and weather on the 2s.
John has your forecast, and Alex is watching the roads and the rails.
Plus, savory burgers for any meat lover or vegetarian.
You get this week's dining deal.
Wake up to CBS 2 News tomorrow, followed by CBS This Morning.
Are you being treated for hypothyroidism and still not feeling like yourself? Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's your medicine. The thyroid medicine you're taking may contain additives that affect how it works and, importantly, how you feel. Fortunately, there is a prescription medication that's simple and free of many of the additives. It may be right for you. Wouldn't it be nice to get back to feeling like yourself again? I did. To find out more, visit mythyroidmed2.com.
You don't need a computer for local buying and selling. The Close 5 app for iPhone and Android is the easy way to get rid of the unwanted items cluttering up your closets and garage. It's also great for finding deals and bargains close to home. I use the Close 5 app because you can chat with buyers and sellers while keeping your personal information private. And it's super easy to list items. Take a picture, set a price, and accept offers from local buyers. It's that easy.
Close 5. Download now for free. Buy and sell for free.
Family-run ShopRites like mine are run by people who live and work in the community.
It's always been important to us to work with local family farms.
We work with ShopRite for generations.
As their business has grown, so has ours.
We believe sourcing from local family farms brings you the freshest food and supports the community.
We think it's a powerful thing when the food that brings your family together around the dinner table brings the whole community together as well.
Hi, America. It's Stephen Colbert. I can't wait to start hosting The Late Show starting September 8th on CBS. I'll talk about the news, tell jokes, and have fascinating conversations with celebrities, athletes, musicians, and of course, politicians. Wow, you do a great Mitt Romney.
I am Mitt Romney.
That's it. Stay in character. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert starting September 8th.
Where are my pancakes? I was told there'd be pancakes.
On Long Island, an embarrassing setback for a town's efforts to crack down on graffiti. Instead of cleaning up an area, they ended up getting kicked off the property. CBS 2's Dana Tyler has the story from Islip.
Just minutes after Islip Town workers began covering up graffiti on this building, a news conference called by Islip Town Supervisor Angie Carpenter was suddenly broken up by security guards.
This is not the town of Islip. This is private property.
I know, and we're responding to a request to remove this graffiti.
Carpenter argued with security that the town had received permission to clean up the New York Institute of Technology property, but security continued to follow town officials until they left the property. Carpenter called it a miscommunication.
It was a private trail that the people in that neighborhood used to walk in. They were upset about the graffiti, so we responded.
The public relations mix-up came as town officials announced that after years of budget cuts, the town would once again have its anti-graffiti truck out targeting gangs' handiwork. Town workers welcomed the truck's return to duty.
About 3 years ago, we practically wiped out all the graffiti, but they started leaving me messages.
On the walls?
Oh, yeah.
What were the messages?
Death threats.
Town workers say businesses are frequently targeted by gangs hanging out overnight while the businesses are closed. But graffiti has begun showing up in neighborhoods too. One resident calls it an insult to neighbors trying to improve their properties.
They put a lot of labor into it, whether it's being hiring people to do construction on it or doing it themselves, and I don't want that messed up for myself.
Residents in Islip can now call for the town truck to clean up free of charge any graffiti slapped on their homes. Dana Tyler, CBS 2 News.
And a spokesperson for New York Tech told us they support the town's anti-graffiti effort, but will remove the graffiti themselves.
Up next, a woman says she was raped at a Manhattan bar, but she couldn't believe what police said to her after.
He actually said that regrettable sex is not the same as rape.
We asked the NYPD if that was appropriate. Find out if we heard back next.
Also, which candidates will make the cut?
Infections and increase your risk of infections. Some serious infections require hospitalization. Before starting Stelara, your doctor should test for tuberculosis. Stelara may increase your risk of cancer. Always tell your doctor if you have any sign of infection, have had cancer, or if you develop any new skin growths. Do not take Stelara if you are allergic to Stelara or any of its ingredients. Alert your doctor of new or worsening problems, including headaches, seizures, confusion, and vision problems. These may be signs of a rare, potentially fatal brain condition. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you or anyone in your house needs or has recently received a vaccine.
In a medical study, most Stelara patients saw at least 75% clearer skin, and the majority were rated as cleared or minimal at 12 weeks. Stelara helps keep my skin clearer. Ask your doctor about Stelara.
Updating you now on our top story tonight. New Jersey police confirmed the driver of a truck was killed in a fire that shut down the New Jersey Turnpike this morning near exit 13 in Linden. Police say the dump truck hit an overpass in the southbound lanes, then it overturned and caught fire Hundreds of drivers were caught in the standstill. The fire is out, but now there's concern on the safety of that overpass. Inspectors are checking to see whether it is structurally sound. And a live picture from the ground as they work to try to get that truck out of there and haul it away. Turnpike lanes will remain shut until inspectors finish their job. No word on how long that is going to take, but it's just excruciatingly difficult for all of those drivers. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Maurice DuBois.
Welcome back. I'm Diane Macedo in for Christine Johnson. An Upper West Side woman says she was drugged and raped in the bathroom of a popular bar.
And she says the way the NYPD handled it made it worse, as we first reported last night. She wants to show her face to tell her story and hopefully prevent it from happening again. CBS 2's Tracy Carrasco has this follow-up.
A night out with friends at this Lower East Side bar on Broome Street called Happy Ending has turned out to be one a 25-year-old woman says she will never forget, even though she can't remember all of the terrifying details.
I remember that we got drinks, and then sort of like the next thing I remember is the beginning of the assault.
Pepper Ellett believes someone may have drugged her by slipping something into her drink, then says an employee at the lounge raped her after following her to the bathroom early last Wednesday morning.
I was just upset that it happened to me.
Ellett says she went to Lenox Hill Healthplex where nurses confirmed her cuts and bruises were consistent with rape, but her nightmare was far from over. She says once police arrived, it only got worse.
It was 3 male police officers, which made me pretty uncomfortable.
Ellett says the male officers grilled her and treated her more like a suspect than a victim.
That I had done something to lead this guy on, or he insinuated that my friend and I were partiers, and he actually said that regrettable sex is not the same as rape.
Ellett says the insensitive questioning continued at the precinct for a grueling 10 hours and felt officers were trying to deter her from seeking justice.
He told me that once they run the DNA samples and they get someone in, that there's a very real possibility that the guy will tell a completely different story than what I told, and then it's just his word against mine.
The NYPD released new crime statistics today and reported a 6% increase in rapes compared to this time last year. Ellett says these officers should handle these tough situations more delicately.
They were just asking me really personal questions, but I never felt like at one point that they were actually concerned about my well-being.
We emailed and called the NYPD 3 times today to get a response to these allegations of mistreatment. At this hour, we have not heard back and have only been told they are working on getting us a response. As for the employee of this bar, management tells us he was fired immediately. Reporting from the Lower East Side, Tracy Carrasco, CBS 2 News.
And the victim says she did not know the man who raped her.
Well, 2 people are dead and several others hurt after a circus tent collapsed in New Hampshire. Investigators surveyed the damage today after the big top came crashing down during a show in Lancaster yesterday. More than 200 spectators were inside. The fire marshal says it's unclear why the show went on despite severe weather warnings. The show had just started when wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour brought the tent down.
Now to campaign 2016, and we are waiting at this hour to hear which candidates will make the cut for the first Republican debate this Thursday. An announcement was supposed to be made at 5 p.m. One of the big questions is whether New Jersey's Governor Christie will make the cut. He is fighting for one of the 2 final spots with Ohio Governor John Kasich and former Texas Governor Rick Perry. Participants are being picked based on their rankings in the 5 latest polls, so we're pretty sure who the other 8 candidates will be, including Donald Trump, Jeb Bush, and Scott Walker. A CBS News poll released this morning shows Trump's lead is growing. He gets 24% of the vote right now. His closest competitor is Bush at 13%.
The people are so starved for candor from politicians that they're rushing to him because he appears to say what's on his mind.
Former New York Governor George Pataki among the candidates who will not make the cut for the main debate. They will be taking part in a separate debate.
Well, the curtain is coming down tonight at Nassau Coliseum. The arena closes for a major renovation project.
And who better to shut the place down than Long Island's own Billy Joel. CBS 2's Jill Nicolini live at Nassau Coliseum where the fans are making some noise right about now. Hi, Jill.
Fans have been officially tailgating here since 10 in the morning, even though the parking lot didn't officially open until 4 p.m. All right, Billy Joel, that's right there, waiting for era for the Coliseum, which first opened its doors in 1972. After tonight, Joe will have performed a total of 32 times here over the course of his career.
Grew up as a Billy Joel fan, love him to death.
It's bittersweet. We're definitely excited for the concert and everything. It's just bittersweet that this is going to be the last time at the Coliseum.
Elvis Presley performed at the Coliseum both in 1973 and 1975. He was also scheduled to be back on stage here in August of 1977, but he passed away 6 days before the venue. Other legends like Paul McCartney, Frank Sinatra, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, and U2 have all graced the stage.
Tonelli to Nystrom, he scored!
The arena has also served as home of the New York Islanders hockey team for 43 seasons. Some of the best memories on ice happened here when the Isles took home the Stanley Cup in 1980, 81, and 83.
Show is still a few hours away, but the fans are
What an
more than
amazing
ready.
show that will be.
They're fired up. All right. Well, still ahead tonight here at 5. Washed away by floodwaters. A road crumbles with cars on it. How people put themselves in danger right after a wave crashed through.
Coming up in Living Large, we are in a 4-story Manhattan-like penthouse on Staten Island. This place has porcelain floors and views of the Atlantic Ocean. It's coming up.
And today in history, in 1944, 15-year-old Anne Frank and her family were discovered and arrested in Amsterdam. They had been hiding from the Nazis. Her diary from that time would become a famous account of the Holocaust.
Today in History is brought to you by your local Ford dealer.
When you get up in the morning, we know you hit the ground running. It is go, go, go.
We try to make it easier for you by giving you traffic and weather on the 2s and giving you the headlines you need.
You can plan your morning by the clock, and we will be there for you.
Traffic and weather on the 2s on CBS 2 News This Morning.
Do you want to know how hard it can be to breathe with COPD? It can feel like this. COPD includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Spiriva is a once-daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that helps open my airways for a full 24 hours. Spiriva helps me breathe easier.
Spiriva Respimat does not replace rescue inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva Respimat. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. If your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, or problems passing urine, stop taking Spiriva Respimat and call your doctor right away. Side effects include sore throat, cough, dry mouth, and sinus infection.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
To learn about Spiriva Respimat's slow-moving mist, ask your doctor or visit SpirivaRespimat.com.
Have you ever had a bad hair day?
If hair loss is preventing you from being the person you want to be, I can help. I'm Dr. Keith Durante with exciting news on the most innovative procedure for the treatment of hair loss.
NeoGraft.
A minimally invasive hair transplant procedure without cutting, sutures, staples, or obvious plugs. A permanent solution using your own hair.
When you look good, you feel good, and it shows. Long Island NeoGraft. For a free consultation, call 631-620-2020.
We had such a great experience with Empire, we would recommend it to anyone.
Real customers share their stories about Empire today.
The customer service and the personal touch was really where it's at.
And now with Empire's half-price sale, get half-price carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate, plus half-price installation.
We've had people come in our home and say, wow, this is really beautiful. Where'd you have it done? Empire.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
CBS 2 told you the story of a Brooklyn youth baseball team struggling to raise money to get to their World Series game. And after our report,
I was so grateful.
Their field of dreams came true.
Thank you.
Plus, viewers ripped off in an online ticket scam. So we went after the scam artist. Now the NYPD is hot on his trail.
CBS and you have been great.
And the family is treated to a big event. The stories that make a difference are found here. CBS 2 News. Expect more. Closed captioning on CBS 2 News is brought to you by Empire Today.
And tonight's Living Large, a home that's inside the city limits but removed from the hustle and bustle.
It faces the Atlantic Ocean and boasts a view of the Verrazano Bridge. CBS 2's Emily Smith shows us around this 4-story dream house.
It's a home built onto a cliff on Staten Island.
Hi, I'm Joanne Della Rocca with Connie Pafacci Realty.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me where we are.
We're in one of the most beautiful places in Staten Island, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean.
Inside, porcelain radiant heated floors and walls of windows. It's an open floor design with extremely high ceilings.
And this living room is so unique. It offers a 2-story vaulted ceiling, a gas fireplace.
In the kitchen, notice the color.
This is an Italian kitchen.
So these are different kinds of ovens like this?
Yes, this is convection. This is your wall oven. Easy to cook. And this is their warming tray.
Oh, there's chicken in there. Up a stainless steel spiral staircase, you find 4 bedrooms.
Here we are entering the master suite. All stone wall, built-in television.
There's a terrace in here with breathtaking views.
The bridge lit up at night is amazing.
And off of the master,
this is the little balcony that views the living room.
We took the elevator to the lower level.
Bye-bye, we'll see you downstairs. This is like the billiard, the party room.
It's a bright, cheery room with places to lounge and entertain. And down one more level, a 25-foot heated saltwater pool.
This is so cool. This is so much fun. And here you could enjoy swimming 12 months out of the year.
And another private terrace, this one tree-shaded for total privacy.
It's not the usual Staten Island home.
How much does it cost to live large here?
Well, it costs $4.5 million.
That's living large on Staten Island.
And in case the home itself doesn't offer enough amenities for you, there's also a country club within walking distance.
Not bad
Not bad at all. Well, it's a treatment that's been proven to work in some cancer patients. So why aren't more doctors using a double dose of chemo? Dr. Max Gomez is up next to explain.
And quick thinking at the Trade Center Path Station, the very special delivery. But first, though, Dana Tyler looking ahead to the news at 6 tonight. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Maurice and Diane. Here's what we're working on in the CBS 2 newsroom. Tonight, we continue to follow the traffic problems on the New Jersey Turnpike lane shut down after a fiery and now fatal crash, we've learned. Cars for sale taking up parking spaces on the streets, some even parked on the sidewalk, creating a dangerous situation for people using the sidewalks. The new crackdown on dealerships and the search tonight for this man. Police say he violated women while they shopped at a local Target. What he's accused of doing. Those stories and more tonight at 6.
Next, ET, summer splits. Did Gwen Stefani's husband cheat? Then Kim Richards' shoplifting arrest. ET with the last interview before her night in jail. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on CBS 2.
Where you buy a mattress is about to change. Visit pcrichard.com/mattress for a mattress gallery near you.
Get ready, America. Stephen Colbert comes to CBS 2 September 8th.
Show her you remember the Jewelry Factory has thousands of anniversary bands. Stackable diamond bands are $99, half-carat rings $249. Compare 1-carat bands sold elsewhere for $7,300 with ours for $1,890. The Jewelry Factory in Hackensack.
Protecting your home is a priority for every homeowner. You can rest easy knowing your home's protected with a monitored home security system. Mike Melton, an expert in home security, joins us now with some important details. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you for having me on. When you turn on the news, you see that there's a lot of home burglaries. Here's an interesting fact. The FBI reported over 2 million burglaries last year alone. The shocking thing is most of these burglaries are daytime.
That is a shocking statistic. Do you think that alone would get people thinking about a security system?
And right now, they are. There's many benefits to getting a security system. First off, you're 3 times less likely to have your home broken into just by having a security system. You get 24/7 monitoring for burglar, fire, and medical emergencies. And you also get to save up to 20% every year on your homeowner's insurance.
So what do people need to do to protect their home with a security system?
It's easy. All you have to do is give us a call. Right now, we're giving away a free complete home security system package. It's the new wireless home security system, which means no more ugly holes in your walls or exposed wiring. It's a comprehensive package that we include for you free of charge. Now, the monitoring is done by ADT. ADT is the #1 monitoring company in the country. All you pay is $99 down for the installation and the monitoring, which is only about $1 a day.
And I understand you have something special for the viewers at home.
The next 20 people that call us and order a security system are going to receive a $100 Visa gift card. So we basically pay you $1 to get your home protected. Now is the best time to protect your home and your family. Give us a call right now. We have security advisors standing by to take your call. They'll walk you through everything right over the phone. We're usually able to do next day installations to help you protect your home as soon as possible. Call 1-888-301-4679. That's 1-888-301-4679.
Weather is powered by your local Chevy dealer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a brand new commuter made her debut at the World Trade Center PATH station. A healthy baby girl was delivered by Port Authority officer and former EMT Brian McGraw just after 2:30 this morning on the PATH station concourse. It seems mom, dad, and her 2-year-old big brother were on their way to the hospital. But the little girl just would not wait. After she was born, the family was taken to Beekman Downtown Hospital.
Now to a dramatic rescue of a newborn in China left in a public toilet. You may find this video difficult to watch. In it, you can see a police officer in Beijing reaching into the bowl and pulling out the tiny baby alive. Residents heard the baby girl crying and notified police. She appeared to be in good condition. Police are now searching for her mother.
It is beyond disturbing. Okay, well, there's some incredible video to show you as raging floodwaters wash out a road in China. It happened Sunday during heavy rainstorms as the road gave way, taking several vehicles with it. One of the heaviest rainstorms in the region in dozens of years. Some people tried to climb down to their cars as cranes hoisted the cars up from the collapsed roadway.
All right, time to check in with Lonnie Quinn now in your exclusive CBS 2 forecast. Lonnie?
All right, guys, we can get right to it because the picture outside currently is a good one. A little hazy, but it's basically mostly sunny. 87 degrees. New York City's high temp was 89. Did not find 90 degrees in New York City. So what does that mean? That means no heat wave for the city. No heat wave so far this summer. We have not had one. Inland areas did find the 90-degree mark today. In fact, Newark is basically melting. Newark, you've had 8 days in a row where you've had 90 degrees or more. That's a good long run as far as a heat wave goes. As far as tomorrow, I don't think it's going to continue. Here's the reason why. Model numbers are indicating that we should be getting up into the upper 80s tomorrow. You're going to be close around Newark. I just think it's going to be an 88 or an 89 for you. And here's the reason why. The front that came through our area today put down that big rain out around the east end of Long Island. Well, a little bit of that leftover weather is still up around, say, southern Massachusetts, up into the coast of Maine. But what we're dealing with now is behind the front, you always get, it's textbook stuff. Those winds shift. They're no longer southwest. Now they become northwest. It's not a real cold breeze. It should be enough, however, to bring the temperatures down by a smidgen, say, from that, 90-degree mark for Newark today down to, say, 88 or so. And then you look out here, out around the state of Kansas, and that wet weather gives us the possibility for rain on Thursday night into Friday. But I want you to notice how the models are trending currently. Okay, you get into your Wednesday, we're looking okay, and then you get into your day Thursday. Now watch it. This is it right there. See how it's trending well south of us? This is the first model run that takes it that far south. I still think it's too close to discount, but I would need 2 model runs in a row before I'm going to start really sort of giving that a lot of credence. This has just got me scratching my head and saying, hey, this was yesterday thought to be our storm. Now it's going south of us. Let's continue to watch these models, what it presents. But as of right now, that's a good sign for us because things are trending drier for that Friday, Saturday period. So for tomorrow, it's less humid. Could possibly see a pop-up shower here or there, 85 degrees, but rain's not a big part of that forecast tomorrow. It's really more than nice weather. In fact, I think it's going to be the best day of the week. And across the board, you're 85 on your day Wednesday. We just chatted about that. On Thursday, 82. All right, Thursday's trending drier now. I think the bulk of your day Thursday could be okay. And then if that system makes a move to the north, as it was indicating yesterday, you would then see more clouds later Thursday, and then you'd start to see a rain chance develop late Thursday night. And then Friday, it would be the day where showers are possible. I'm keeping them in for the time being. I need a little bit more data to support that system going down to, say, Virginia or so. Right now, it's too close to our shore. Even if it does go south of us, I think you'll see some spillover in the area. So I think you'd see more clouds on Friday, but also the cooler air. Look at that. Friday, you're about 80 degrees. Saturday, 81. Sunday, you're about 83. By Saturday afternoon, even if it does travel into our area, I think it would be exiting. So by Saturday afternoon, you'd be into nice weather, and Sunday looks to be great.
Mr. Glass half full.
Shoo it away a little bit.
I think, listen, if I get one more model run, then I'm going to start saying, nope, it's somebody else's storm. Right now, I can't discount it.
Too close to call.
Crossing fingers, Lonnie. Thanks.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Well, up next, we're going to help you put your best foot forward. We're getting a sneak peek at the footwear trends on the way a year in advance. What's hot? Here's a hint. Boots are made for more than just walking.
And then at 6, a frightening ride for a mother and her 2 young kids. Their rear window smashed out, glass shattered all over. What happened?
Have a story you'd like us to investigate? CBS 2 is on the case. Call our toll-free tip line at 855-2TIPS. It's easy and it's confidential. CBS 2 investigates. Check out tonight's primetime lineup on CBS 2. Your Tri-State Ford dealers are offering great deals on Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Go to TriStateFord.com to check out the great deals or visit your local Tri-State Ford dealer today. Ford, go further.
Animals are uniting against us.
For centuries, man has defied nature.
Look at his eyes. He suffered the same mutation as those animals.
Now, nature strikes back.
I want you to do something for me.
I don't understand.
You will.
Zoo, new CBS tonight.
Catch up on Under the Dome Season 1 and 2 and all the latest episodes from this season only on Amazon Prime Instant Video. Visit Amazon.com/dome to watch anytime.
Hey, where's Roscoe?
Where's Roscoe?
Where's Roscoe?
¿Dónde está Roscoe? He's working.
If you think you have bed bugs, you know what to do. Call Bell and Roscoe, the bed bug specialists. Roscoe, the bed bug dog, sniffs out bed bugs with accuracy. And only Bell Environmental uses instant freeze to treat your home and office.